Okay, so this is how you load your own heads into the Hermitcraft Wandering Trader. So first you want to make sure you have the data pack installed in it, and if I was to look in my data packs, see I already have it. Right now, ignore this because you wouldn't have that. You just need the zipped Wandering Trades file. So go back into Minecraft, and this is just a creative, super flat testing world. My computer is not the best. Just go ahead and clear your inventory. And that is a shift click on destroy item. I learned that the other day. Might as well just do kill all entities. And so the Wandering Trader, you first want to say reload, just so that it can reset it. And I've already done half of the heads of the people that I want to right now, just to test that this was working before I recorded. So I want to find a Wandering Trader spawn egg. So if I spawn him in, you see that he has the redstone blocks or all the mini blocks. Sometimes they spawn without heads, and they just have the blocks. If that happens, all you have to do is say, you have to reload it, and they should reset. There, so that's Quiver D. That's a girl that's on my server, and that's another guy that's on my server. That's my head. But then there's Mumbo. Let's say I wanted PewDiePie's head. And PewDiePie's username is, and if you wanted to get PewDiePie's head into your world, the way you do that is give yourself a player head with a block property of skull owner, colon, and then give it the username that you want it to be. So PewDiePie's Minecraft name is sub to PewDiePie. Then close the bracket and enter. And that is PewDiePie's head, I guess. And now that you have the head that you want, you should probably get rid of the Wandering Trader spawn egg. You want to load up every head that you want into your inventory, because you have to be able to access it in the game folder, and this is the easiest way I've found to do it reliably. So you just put it in whatever slot you want, and put all the heads you need in there. And again, that command is give the target, and then Minecraft player head, the skull owner of the username of whoever's head you want it to be. And then you save and quit. And go ahead and quit Minecraft. Now you want to go to the Wandering Trades file, which is you go to your Minecraft folder, you go to saves, you go to wherever you were making it, in this case Trade Maker. You go to Data Packs, and Wandering Trades, you want to unzip it. So use 7-zip to extract files. You go into the unzipped folder, go to Data, WT, which means Wandering Trader, Functions, and then you want to go to Add Trade. You'll open a Notepad document, or technically it's an MC function document, but on my computer it opens it in Notepad. And you want to find something that looks a lot like this, except instead of having all of these custom names here, you'll have stuff more like Mumbo. And now you want to use a program that I will have in the description called NBT Explorer, and this will let you go through all of your world files. And it's at this point I should make the disclaimer. I am doing this the only way that I know how. There's probably a different way of doing it. In fact, there's probably a much more efficient way. And so you do this at your own risk. You can easily mess up your world files permanently by doing this. So it is recommended that you watch through this entire tutorial and know what you're doing, and if you still have questions, please put them in the comments. I will be happy to answer them. But it is not my fault if something happens and you corrupt your world or mess up a server. This is purely how I do it, and I thought other people might like to know. So you open your world file here. In this case, it's TradeMaker. You want to go to player data, and then in this case it has DAT old and then a DAT. You just want the regular DAT because that's the most recent one. And then you want to go to inventory, expand it, and then for every item you have, there's going to be an additional. There's going to be another entry. So if I go to my old data, if this is how it thinks it works, no, never mind. So your inventory has an entry for every item, and in this case, I only have one item, and it's the player head. And then if you go under specific tags, you go to Skull Owner, you see it's sub to PewDiePie's head with an ID of 4 integers. That means that's his specific player ID. Then there's and there are technically 2 entries for texture. And so it's at this point that you want to take the name, copy it, and then switch back over to that document, and you want to replace whatever head you want to replace. So for instance, down here, I have Mumbo, and I want to replace it with PewDiePie's head. So I replace the text Mumbo with sub to PewDiePie, and then I want to go back to the NVT Explorer, open the ID tab, and it will give you 4 integers. And you want to copy those and make sure you're in text view, not hex, text. Go hit OK, go back to the document, and then scroll over to where it says Skull Owner, and then it says ID, and it says I, and then it has 4 integers that you want to replace with whichever ones you got out of the world. So in this case, it's these 4, and it puts spaces in between those. You have to replace those 2 spaces with commas. I don't know why it put spaces there. That's just how it's formatted, and you want to change that. Then you want to go back to NVT Explorer, go to Value, and it will give you this long string of text. You want to copy that, go back to the trade, and scroll over to where it says Properties, Textures, and then it says Value. You want to scroll to the right side of the comma, and then just highlight this entire string of text and go back a little bit so it's highlighting everything in between the quotation marks, and then you just paste. And it will paste the value from what you got from here, and you close that, and there you go. You now have given the Wandering Trader the ability to spawn PewDiePie's head instead of Mumbo's, or whoever's head you want. All of these heads, your file will not look like this. It'll look, you'll have strands that just say like Mumbo, and then all of the stuff for that, or false symmetry, or Exumovoid, or all of that. This is what it looks like afterwards. You just notice the name changes and then the value changes. Sometimes these values look similar, and they are similar, but they are very different the further away you get, or the further down you get. Anyway, so you do that, and every time I change a line, I like to save it. You see that little star up here goes away. And so you do that until you have everyone's head that you want. In this case, I do. So I close document, I close NVT Explorer. You want to close anyway. You definitely do not want to save the changes. Close this. And so now I'm back into here. And I'm actually going to change something because I noticed, where is it? That's not it. It might be it. I might be wrong. Right, yeah, so I was wrong. You want to go to, I like to go to the tick file, and I want to change these numbers a little bit, I think. Let me just make sure that is what I want to change. Yeah, so I want to change this to, like, 4 instead of 2, so that it has a higher chance of spawning with hermit or with head trades. Now you want to go back up. You don't have to change that number. I just do so it comes up faster. And then I like just to copy or to cut this file away and just move it to another folder where just move it to another folder where you can get to it later. Looks like I already have it somewhere. And so now you want to zip this, so you have like 7-zip, add to archive, change it to zip, and make sure it goes to zip and not RAR or 7Z or whatever. Just zip it, hit OK, and then there you go. Because Minecraft has to see it as a zip folder. So then you can close that, hide there OBS, relaunch Minecraft. This is why you put Minecraft on an SSD. Or not, I could be making a big mistake. I don't know. Is it bad that I have Minecraft on an SSD? On like the same drive that my OS is installed on? Leave a comment if you know. Pretty much all my other games are installed on my hard drive, but this is on my SSD, just because that's where I wanted to go because of Java. Is that bad? Should I put it on the hard drive? Anyone else like the new logo? I think it's pretty cool. I wish it would load faster though. So go back to your single player worlds, go into whatever trading world you have. And so go ahead and I'm going to just go ahead and kill everything. So now you can, you want to reload, and then you want to get a trader spawn egg, spawn them in. You see now, these are all custom heads. Sometimes it spawns without them. Sometimes it only spawns with one. Sometimes, again, it spawns with none of them. And so that is how you add your own heads to the Wandering Trader. And it's weird. Sometimes he doesn't spawn with them. It's actually kind of weird. Maybe it's just because there are too many of them in an area. No. Reload. Function. Wandering Trader add trade. There we go. So now it knows to use that. There it goes. Anyone know why he's only doing it once? Oh, maybe since I haven't bought all these out. And anyway, I don't know. If anyone knows more about this, why he only does it once, I don't know. But yeah, that's how you add your own trades to the Wandering Trader. Thanks for watching.